Whatever makes you feel like you can't do it, use that incentive to work harder. Surround yourselves with other creatives and don't see them as competition, but rather as a network of strength and mutual support. Utilise your friends and work together as much as you can. There is a great power in uplifting others as opposed to competing. Be brave and work hard. Trust your own voice and those of other women. And break through the conditioning we've been used for years that makes us feel like we have no value to men's voices over women's. No matter what aspect of the industry you're in, I believe that the more people, particularly women in these roles, we see to mentor and support one another, the better the industry will be. So here's to all the wonderful women out there. Keep fighting the good fight. You are visible and we see the mountains you climbed. It's different, and I feel like, again, just being a woman in the creative industries as a whole is different.
Hi, would you like to please introduce yourself?
I'm Fair. I make ambient, lo-fi, sad music. The ambient sad music, so like I think I wanted to do music quite early on, and it was always a decision I made to like keep doing music. My mum obviously like early on saw that I was really interested in music. Piano lessons was the first thing I learned, and then she got me flute lessons, but I really wanted to learn the saxophone. And I was always in choirs, and I had like singing lessons through school, kept up with the flute, had piano lessons again. But it wasn't until I got to high school, like I'd done like singing, flute, piano, had that theory and knowledge, and I was doing like GCSE music, and I was in a couple of bands. And then we had guitars lying around, and I was like, I really have always wanted to learn the guitar, and I saw a lot of people that I looked up to playing the guitar, and I was like, I have to learn. And then when I started writing my own music, I stopped doing kind of like the really bare minimum, because I didn't know how to play the guitar. I don't know the theory side of it. I do on other instruments, but guitar is completely like probably my worst knowledgeable instrument. Out of all of them, it's the one I feel the most comfortable playing, but I don't really know what's going on. Like, it's all an ear thing. So.
Like you get treated differently because of your gender, or is it just like a confidence thing? Because I swear your band is like predominantly men.
Yeah, I'm the only girl in the band, but they all say I'm one of the boys. Even other bands, I was with our really good friends the other week. We went and did a gig with them up in Bristol, and one of them was like, Christina's fine, she's one of the boys. That's how they see it, and I'm always going to think I'm the odd one out. I don't think there's ever going to be a time, because like that's just life as a female. You are always feeling, especially in the creative industries where it's male dominated anyway, you're always going to feel like a bit of an odd one out, because the amount of females that you come into contact with are just not as high as the males that I come into contact with. Like on that tour, we were driving to the gigs, and I just at one point was like, because the last tour that we did, our photographer was with us, and me and her spent a lot of the time together because we were the only two girls there, and it was like that solidarity, like girls on tour. But this last tour, I was the only one, so we were driving off, and I was like, oh, I wonder when the next time is that I'm going to see another female, which is a really weird thought to pop into your head, and I didn't think of anything of it. It was just kind of like, oh, I'm surrounded by these boys like for the whole weekend. And I was like, that is so strange, because we are in the music industry where I've never had a sound tech, as a female sound tech before for any of my gigs. If I'm doing a lineup, a lot of the time, you know, it's especially with the boys, they're male dominated bands. So it's that kind of like, it knocks your confidence, or doesn't knock your confidence. You don't even realise how you feel around people in this industry, because you're just accepting that like, oh, I'm one of the few females that I'm gonna see, and like there's not gonna be that many females that I come into contact with. But I feel like it's getting a lot richer in the diversity of female male, and it definitely has affected my confidence in the past, like especially with the genre that I'm kind of in, especially with the band and my stuff. I don't really have any gender boundaries or anything like that in terms of the music that I'm making, because I'm surrounding myself with it, and there's so much stuff that men are making now that I don't feel like uncomfortable thinking like I can do that too. I've definitely kind of pushed myself out of that headspace in terms of like the music that I'm making, rather than like the technical things that I could be doing. And like the amount of people that I work with, female lineups, and people just in Falmouth that I've been so inspired by, like people like Charlotte Lloyd Butler and Hattie Cattell, Plum Jr, like they are all so inspiring just to be around them. And that was a big push for me when I came to uni, to suddenly be around women that I was like next to and watching, you know, at lunchtime concerts that were just doing what I was doing, and I was like, well, you know, I don't want to be left behind, I want to try doing this.
The music industry has become an increasingly present topic as women from all walks of life and within all sectors continue to flourish in the male-saturated business. On the daily, I find myself tackling first-hand issues such as gender parity in lineups and behind the scenes, equal pay, tokenisation of female musicians, and the ongoing struggle of ending harassment at gigs. 2019 is a year where women will further influence the sector and anchor the cultural conversation needed for change. As Beyoncé once said, humanity requires both men and women, and we're all equally important and need one another.